Well, good afternoon, my beautiful circle. I'm here with you once again on the Salt River, which is surprisingly near to where I live. Really just sitting back at peace, enjoying the people floating by on their kayaks. And today I'm going to start off as I have typically been starting off with the number for today. Today's number is 5. And according to numerology, 5 has to do with expansion. It has to do with wisdom, with light. It is associated with the throat chakra. And with that said, that means that we have the power to speak into existence things that currently and have previously only existed in our mind, in our third eye, in our spirit, as it were. So 5 is a wonderful number. I associate it with the color blue. The 5th chakra is blue. And it is just between the heart chakra and the third eye, or 6th chakra. Last week we spoke about love in the air, love being in the air. And I talked a lot about the feeling, the sense, my intuition letting me know that it was a great time last week, and probably it still is that way for many of you, to express your love, your feelings for people that you're close to your close friends, to your family members, to those people that are near and dear to your heart. Last week was a good time to kind of take that badge of courage and actually express what you're feeling, because it seemed that it would fall on good ground and it would be received in the right way. And I'm hoping you all took the opportunity to do that. This week, I will be talking about what most people have on their minds this time of year, and that's spring cleaning. Right before the season changes, many of us engage in what is a physical spring cleaning. And what does that entail? For the most part, hi Desert Vibes Energy, good to see you. For the most part, that entails giving your house a really good cleaning, giving the floors a good mopping and shining, and maybe cleaning out the garage, maybe doing some decluttering of your closets, getting rid of some clothes that maybe you haven't worn in 2 years, 3 years. These are things that I do typically for spring cleaning. And those are the things that apply to a physical spring cleaning. But what about a spiritual or an energetic spring cleaning? Surely that is also happening. This is a very good time to engage in the type of spring cleaning that will declutter your mind, that will detox your heart, that will detox your circle, that will allow you to get rid of all the things that were appropriate for the previous season. Now, physically, we could be talking about extra blankets that we take out in the late fall or the early winter. We take out these extra blankets and we have them on our beds. We have them where we could reach them very quickly when it gets cold. The temperature goes down in our homes so that we don't have to waste money with the gas or the electric bill. There are pajamas that we wear in the winter that we normally don't wear in any of the other seasons. There are types of curtains that we might put in the window that are heavier, that block out the sun, or just block out the wind chill factor. But as we go into spring, as we move into spring, and it begins to thaw out, and you can tell that there is something in the air, or newness in the air, what the appropriate thing to do is to begin to pack up all of that winter paraphernalia. Pack up all of those heavy blankets and take down those heavy curtains and remove that comforter with all the down in it. Take your boots and put those to the back of the closet. Those coats and those jackets and those heavy sweaters that you've been using for the winter. Well, it's time to move that stuff to the side, to the left, as it were. And as you do that, what are you doing? Well, you are recognizing that the season is changing, that a particular cycle is over for you. And as such, it is appropriate for you to move those items that are appropriate for the previous season out of view. It's time to put them where they go until this season rolls around again. So what we're doing now is we're making room for the new. We are doing a decluttering. We are doing a clean, a spring clean, a deep clean. We are opening the windows. We are letting the air come in and ventilate our homes and ventilate our lives. Get rid of the dust and the dank smell that can happen when everything has been shut down and closed because you've been protecting yourself from the elements from winter. And that is a period that we've all experienced in our lives that is now moving away. And the entire rhythm of life is beginning to change, is changing gear. Things are revving up a little bit. You can tell by the animals and the birds. There's a different chirp in the air. They're on a different key. They're modulating into a higher key, into a higher frequency. And just as they are, so are you. Whether you realize it or not, you are modulating into a different rhythm, a different cadence, because there is a new season that is coming our way. So what do we do in the spring? Well, in the spring, physically, we plant seeds. Some of you are into flowers. Some of you are into bulbs. If you're into bulbs, you plant a bulb in the fall right before the first frost. And then that bulb is going to sprout in the spring. So there's an understanding of the seasons that's needed, not only in the physical, but also energetically and in the spiritual. If you're into seeds, you're going to wait until just after the last frost is over. That is when you're going to plant your flower seeds. Because when you plant those seeds and you put them in the ground and you water them and you leave them there and you walk away, you know that the earth, that the Creator, that God is going to do what needs to be done to get those seeds to emerge and to flower. And I guess the point I'm getting at is that as we move into this new season, there is a lot of preparation. There's a lot of work. There is a lot that we do to get ourselves ready, to get our lives ready, to get ourselves in place for the new season. But oftentimes we forget that after we do all this work, there needs to be a pause. When you plant those seeds of intention, whether it be physically or spiritually, you can only plant them. But then you have to just sit back and have faith that what is going to happen is actually going to happen. What you're planning to happen, you have to have faith that it's going to happen. You have to have faith that the flower is going to emerge. You have to have faith that your plans, your seeds of intentionality, you must have faith that those things are going to come to fruition, because there's nothing else you can do. You can be as busy as you'd like to be, running around like a chicken with his head cut off if you'd like. But that is going to have no bearing on whether or not those seeds of intention are going to come to fruition. So in the same way, your preparation for spring as we are moving into spring in the next 15 days, it's going to be March 21st. I am asking that you take a moment, maybe several moments, to go into a state of reflection and be still and understand that you've done everything you can do to be prepared, and now you must slow down and reflect. There's a couple of scriptures that come to mind when I think about this that have to do with stillness, a necessary stillness that must happen in order for us to understand the gestation period of seeds, the gestation period of intention, and the things that we are spiritually and energetically creating that we want to grow and to come to fruition in this next season. And that is stillness. There's a scripture that says, "Be still and know that I am God." There's another one that says, "Stand still and see the salvation of God." What does that mean? I mean, why am I saying that? Because after you've done all the things that you're supposed to do, there is the appropriate pause. There is the time for you to be in a stillness, to allow the universe, to allow the Creator to do the magic that you cannot do. There's magic that's being done. And that magic happens when we're in the stillness. And our faith during that stillness is what is required for all of our plans and all of our strategies and all of our deep desires to come to fruition after we've done the work. Somebody pretty wise once said, "Faith without works is dead." So once you do the work, now faith kicks in. But it doesn't work if you don't work. So working your faith means doing the work and then sitting back and watching it. So what are some things that you can do to activate your faith? Well, one of the things you may do is meditate. Meditate is a very, very good way to be in the stillness and to allow the Creator and to allow God to do the things that need to be done. When we meditate, we are connecting to something much higher than we are, and we are allowing the Creator and the divine to infuse us with a certainty, with an understanding and an awareness that we are part of something greater. And so it's important for you, in all the hustle and all the bustle and all the busyness and all the planning, and some of you are very good at planning, very important to get into a rhythm, a cadence of being still. Even God on the seventh day rested. And whether you think the Bible is a myth or whether you think it's just good reading and reference material, that's not the point. The point is that there is a time for rest. And in that rest is when a lot of the work, a lot of the magic is done. So don't overwork. Take time to reflect on all the wonderful things that you are planning, all the amazing, brilliant work that you're doing, not only for your own benefit, but for those that are in close proximity to you, those that you love and you care for. Obviously, they're going to benefit from the wonderful things that you are creating. But take time to rest in the stillness, in the certainty that all things are working out the way they're supposed to for you. And I'm saying this because this is something that I've had to learn. I did not always do that. It's so beautiful out here. I was a very busy person, a very busy guy. Ask anyone. Very busy. And in meditation, I learned the art of stillness. and how you can move forward very, very rapidly in stillness when you realize that you're riding the wave of something much, much, much more monumental and much more huge than you. So all that is to say, in your spring cleaning, as you're decluttering, as you're putting away all the heavy blankets that were appropriate for the last season, remember that you're making room not just for your new plans, but in your stillness, you're making room for God. Take some time to marinate in that. Meditate on that. With that, I'm going to sign out. Wishing you all a beautiful Saturday, that you can find the time today, and if not today, maybe tomorrow, to find a really nice spot, whether it be in your home, a corner where you're not going to be disturbed, or your backyard or patio, or just one of your favorite parks, or maybe on the Salt River, who knows, where you can find some peace and sit still enough to realize that everything's working out. It really is. Take care, you all.